Helping her heal. That's the topic today. When a woman has experienced sexual addiction, infidelity, or even intimacy anorexia, it's traumatic, it changes her life, and she needs her husband to be the best collaborative helper in the healing process. That's our topic today. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. If you have a question, you see the box. We'll get that as soon as we can back to you, and we really want you to stay tuned. Helping Her Heal has been really one of the most successful DVDs we've ever done. There is a place in the recovery community that we need to hear the wife's pain. She's been betrayed. She's been traumatized. She's been hurt, but not just by anyone. She's been hurt by the man she loves, and often the man she married. The man who said, "I will forsake all others. I will love, honor, and cherish you," and then doesn't. Falls short. Now, this DVD is not about the man being a bad guy. The facts are the facts. This DVD is really how to take that man and help him practically and pragmatically be able to take the hand of the wife that he married, who's bludgeoned by the bullets he shot, who's wounded, and to gently pick her up, to hear her heart, and to walk with her on her journey of healing that he caused. It's almost like the situation where the husband's driving and, he's drunk and he smashes the car into a tree or a wall or something, and she is hurt. She's wounded. She's bleeding. She's got broken bones. The ambulance takes her out. Maybe she gets counseling, right? The ambulance of sexual addiction, the recovery community helps. But what happens is he's the one who has to help her get out of bed. He's the one who has to maybe help her because of the cast. He's the one who has to make sure the internal bleeding, that they go back and see the doctor. And he's the one who has to walk through this, and he's the one who caused it. Now, he has to deal with his alcoholism, just like someone who has a sex addiction or has intimacy anorexia. You have to deal with those issues. But even if he dealt with his alcoholism, he still has to go home every day and help his wife. She might have to learn how to walk again. She might need help with all kinds of stuff. And when a woman experiences sexual addiction, she's going to need some help. Her whole life as she knew it is upside down, sideways, backwards, and in chaos. She didn't ask for this. She was being kind and faithful and, working hard and serving her community and, serving her family. And bam, she gets hit with the tragedy of finding the porn or finding the secret world or the strip clubs or the prostitutes or the affair with a friend or a coworker. And this tragedy hits her so incredibly hard that there's a process that she's going to go through. Now, this process is known. I've been working with ladies for over 3 decades. I'm the father of the partners movement and the partner betrayal trauma movement. There is real legitimate trauma, depression, PTSD, even the very physical brain. In our counseling center, we have a neuromodulator treatment just for the brain, the physical brain part of the trauma that goes on when you've been cheated on or betrayed through sexual addiction. It's huge, the amount of things that she has to walk through. And in helping her heal, one of the themes I tell the guys is, she's the hero. She's the one who took the bullets and gets up and has to take them out because the guy who shot her isn't really that mature. And he needs to mature, but he can be there And in helping her heal, what I like about this particular DVD is men get real help. You know, men can make mistakes. I'm a recovering sex addict. I'm on the guy's side as far as understanding his pain. I've been a partner of a sex addict, so I'm also on the wife's pain. I get that. Before I was married, I lived with one, and I get the betrayal and the hurt and the lies and the confusion. So I'm kind of the best guy to really navigate both sides of this. I can cheerlead him for standing up and getting a recovery, but at the same time encourage him to develop some new skills, to understand her process. So in helping her heal, I help him understand that. I help him understand if he's intimacy anorexic, the double trouble of that. If he's been depleting her of emotional and sexual intimacy and keeping her dry and then hits her with sexual addiction behavior or infidelity, the double pain that she's in, and how to walk through healing both sides of that for himself, okay? And I walk through how to expect grief, how to manage that gift. As a husband, how do you manage that? How to understand anger, because it's real, it's legitimate, it's valid, and how as a husband, you can understand anger better, how you can manage it better, how you can be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. And one of the jewels that in this particular DVD that I think one of the reasons why it is so popular and has sold so many is there's an exercise called Understanding Her. Now this exercise has 6 solid points to it. And on the DVD, I walk through each point and I encourage men to practice this at least 21 times with their wives. And this has saved thousands of dollars in counseling. I teach a man who's addicted, who is just starting to come out of recovery. He's not very mature or strong, but this tool can help him to be there for his wife when she needs to be understood, when she's in pain. I give a man a tool that gives him the opportunity to start manning up, having his heart there, listening to her, be available so that when he has this tool in place, he can actually rewrite the narrative that he can hear her, he can validate her, and he can let her process be the process it is. Now also in helping her heal, I go through what's reasonable to expect in recovery. And it's very reasonable. I go through some of the elements of early disclosure. Now not all of that, because I have a whole DVD on disclosure, but I go through enough to help this man to understand how important this really is. I spend a whole segment on lying, because when you're an addict, lying is so natural. It's so inside of what you do, how you think. And I walk them through some of the steps to address the issue of lying, because lying hurts her recovery. Lying takes her back to where she started on the D-Day of disclosure, and we don't want to go back there. But these men honestly don't have the tools sometimes to understand the things that are very important in recovery for her. And so this DVD helps men start moving down that path, to stop thinking just about themselves and their recovery and that now they're a good boy, we should just get over this. It's not that simple. It's a process, and helping her heal begins to unfold this process of a wife healing. And if she's trying to stay with her husband, the courage it takes for her to do that, the strength it takes for her to manage her life and family and go through a healing process at the same time, just as if she was hit by that car. Inside there's so many fractures and bleedings. Inside there's so many hurts. There's still flashbacks and dreams. There's still lots of consequences of living with someone who has a sexual addiction. And helping her heal is an incredible beginning tool to open the conversation. And this tool is mostly directed at men, but I can tell you thousands of women have watched this thing, feeling very validated, very encouraged that there is a man on planet Earth who gets them. And that's me. I get you. I get the woman who's been betrayed and hurt. and to know how to train and help your husband, if he wants, to be part of the process of healing your heart, part of the process of walking out the journey of grief and anger and other issues that come up, to expose him to the idea that you actually are hurt, you actually are in pain, and it's not going to be a get over it honey process. This isn't I'm sorry, let's stop talking about it. This is, okay, I caused the wreck. What do we need to do to help you heal? What do we need to do to help you walk back into the wonderful woman you were before I smashed you into the wall of my double life, my secret and my poor choices and my immature behavior? This DVD can really help you as a man to get some tools. As a woman, you'll feel validated, you'll feel cared for, you'll feel heard. But please get helping her heal if there has been identification of sexual addiction, infidelity, because you're going to want these principles to start helping to heal yourself, her, and the marriage.